Hello, everyone, and welcome to weekly show number 28 for this November 9th, 2019. So, let's take a look and see what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about some NHL scores, NBA. We're going to be looking at some NHL leaders and standings and stuff like that. So, excited to review all that for you guys today. Okay, so let's first start out with NHL games. Oh, by the way, my record through this season for weekly shows is 23, 20, and 17. Now, if we were doing NHL, that would be 63 points. No. Yeah, 63 points. Which, I mean, it's playoff caliber, maybe if you're in the Western Division. But if you're in the Eastern Division, you're like 3 to 5 spots out of a wild card spot. So, yeah, not looking very good, that's for sure. 40 plus. So I would have been. So we played 57 games so far. And we've got 63 points. So 63 points in 50 games, pretty good. But obviously you'd like to see some more. So, yeah. NHL games. Yesterday, Tampa Bay beat Buffalo 3-2. This is the NHL Global Series. Detroit beat Boston 4-2. I was surprised that Detroit was able to beat Boston. I thought for sure Boston would crush Detroit, but that didn't happen. My cough is getting better, but guess today it's not. Winnipeg beat Vancouver 4-1 yesterday. Oh, surprise. Excuse me, I'm tired. Edmonton beat New Jersey 4-0. Honestly, I would be surprised if this was last year, but I'm not actually this year, to be honest with you. Today's games at noon, we have Florida at the Islanders. Or two games that are going on right now. Florida at the Islanders. I'm going with the Islanders. Last time I checked, the Islanders were up 1-0 in the first or second. I don't know. I don't remember, so. Buffalo at Tampa Bay, part 2 of the Global Series. I'm going with Buffalo to win today. Today's games at 6 o'clock. We have Philadelphia at Toronto. I'm going with Toronto. LA's in Montreal. I'm going with Montreal. Carolina's at Ottawa. I'm going to go with Carolina. Chicago's at Pittsburgh. I'm going with Pittsburgh. Vegas at Washington. Rematch of the 2018 Stanley Cup Finals. I'm going with Washington. 7 o'clock, Minnesota versus Arizona. I'm going with Arizona. Columbus at Colorado. I'm going with Columbus. St. Louis at Calgary. I'm going with St. Louis. And then Nashville at San Jose. I'm going with San Jose. So, those are your games today. Those are your games and picks for today. Let's take a look at some NBA scores now. Orlando beat Memphis 116-86, or 118-86 today. Where are my glasses at? Because I'm gonna need these, obviously. Was it? No. Where are my glasses? Dang it, these are the pot cans I have to take up. I'll do it after. Oh, here they are. As I just looked on the ground, there they were. Okay. Orlando beat Memphis 118-86. Cleveland beat Washington 113-110. It was like 50-something to 30-something at one point. Indiana beat Detroit 112-106. Sacramento beat Atlanta 121-109. The Timberwolves beat Golden State 125 to 119 in overtime. Good for them. That's for sure. Okay. Toronto beat New Orleans 112 to 104. Knicks beat the Mavericks 106 to 102. Woo! I'm not saying that because I'm a Knicks fan, but it's just they've been doing really bad as of late. Obviously, last season, number one, but Utah beat Milwaukee 103 to 100. Denver beat Philadelphia 110 to 97. Brooklyn beat Portland 119 to 115. This was a very, very close game, from what I understand. And then the Lakers beat the Heat 95 to 80. Pretty low scoring game for a basketball game. But I mean, LeBron being LeBron, so I don't know. Today, afternoon games. 4 o'clock, Boston's at San Antonio. 6 o'clock, New Orleans is in Charlotte. Even with these on, I still screw up. At 7 o'clock, Golden State is at... Oklahoma City. Houston's at Chicago, and Dallas is at Memphis. So, yeah. Not a lot of NBA games on. There's only 5, but, at least... There's at least one, I mean, right? Excuse me. And no, I did not just wake up either, so... It's like 1:30, so... Anyway, we're going to go with leaders. Points. David Pastrnak's first with 30. Leon Draisaitl's tied for him with 30. And Brad Marchand has 28. David Pastrnak leads in goals with 15. Leon Draisaitl second with 14. And Alex Ovechkin with 13. Connor McDavid leads the league in assists with 19, honestly. Not surprising to see McDavid up in the leaders list, that's for sure. Brad Marchand second with 18 at the assists, and John Carlson tied for second with 18 assists. Okay, just so I be sure I'm looking at the camera. John Gabriel Pageau leads plus minus with 15. Carlson 13 and Chara with 13. Okay, there we go. Goaltending leaders. Darcy Kemper leads the NHL with goals against average with 1.82, and then Thatcher Demko, who I've never heard of before, obviously. Well, first time we heard about him was what? In Weekly Show 26 or 27, I think is what it was. I don't know what. Anyway, 1.99 goals against average. Tuukka Rask with the 1.99 goals against average. Darcy Kemper leads the league in save percentage with a .937. Thomas Greiss with the .937, and Robin Leonard with the .935. Marc-Andre Fleury leads the league in wins with 9. Frederick Anderson and David Riddick are tied all for first place with 9. We have David Riddick, Pekka Rinne, and Tuukka Rask tied for first. Well, there's actually 2 other goalies. So we have 5 goalies tied for first in shutouts. David Riddick, Pekka Rinne, Tuukka Rask, Peter Mrazek, and Carter Hunt all have 2. All the rest have 1 or obviously 0. So standings. No, I wanted to do division, but it's on here, so. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. We're on the page where we want to now. Top three in the Metropolitan: Washington, Islanders, Pittsburgh. They're top three in the Metropolitan. Top three in the Atlantics are Boston, Toronto, and Buffalo. So Buffalo's dropped there a little bit, as you can see. If Buffalo, they need to keep on winning if they want to get that first place spot. I mean, Florida and Carolina have the two wild card spots. Or Carolina actually has the second wild card spot. When they were, like, what was it, like third in the Metropolitan, and Pittsburgh had that first, and Montreal had that second. So, yeah, things can change. Well, Montreal, Carolina, and Florida are tied for 19 points. But Florida and Carolina have the two wild card spots. So, that's, if we want to clear up any confusion, then it goes Montreal, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Rangers, Columbus, Jersey, Ottawa, and Detroit. Obviously, not a surprise to see Ottawa and Detroit at the bottom. So, New Jersey's down there too. I'm not surprised. Columbus, I'm surprised a lot. I thought they could grab either one of those wild card spots, or maybe second or third in the Metropolitan Division, but that didn't end up happening. Right now, we're only a month into the year, so like a month and 2 weeks into the season. So everything can change. That's the one thing about hockey; it changes predictably, as it does in all sports too. I mean, the 49ers have a perfect record. The Golden Gophers are 8-0. So is Penn State. The game's on right now on ABC that I'm watching. So, yeah. Let's go to the Western. Top three in the Central: St. Louis, Nashville, Colorado. Not a surprise. Pacific: Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver. They take your top three. Edmonton, Vancouver, I'm surprised to see up there, to be completely honest with you. Vegas and Arizona, they have the two wild card spots. Not a surprise there either. I thought Arizona would have one of those Pacific wild card spots. Yeah, they're in the Pacific, right? Yeah, I just want to be sure they were. So, yeah, Arizona is a surprise to be in the second wild card spot. But, I mean, Darcy Kemper, their goaltender, has played absolutely amazing throughout the year. If he plays now, if he plays all season, or how do I word this? I don't know how to word this. If he plays how he does now, all season long, they'll be in the playoffs. That's what I'm trying to say, if you understand. Anaheim has that Anaheim's just below a wild card spot. 1 point, they'll be in the wild card, which will knock Arizona off. Winnipeg is in fourth. Dallas, Chicago, San Jose, Minnesota, Los Angeles. Pretty much the same as it was last year. I mean, Los Angeles last in the Western Conference. I mean, not a surprise there, to be honest with you. They only got 11 points on the year, so yeah, things are not looking good right now in LA as we speak. Their core is getting old, so I mean, no offense, but I mean, they're in their 30s. When they won those two Stanley Cups, they were in their 20s, so, well, Dustin Brown probably wasn't, but no, I'm just joking. He was like 28 or 29 when they won their cup in 2014. So, yeah, the Kings' core is just getting old. I mean, they're getting towards the end of their careers, and superstars getting traded places, stuff like that. Minnesota. Honestly, if this was 5 years ago, I would be surprised to see where they are right now. Because Minnesota, they were something else 5 years ago when they made the playoffs all the time. So, Chicago, not a surprise either. They've just played poorly ever since Nashville swept them in the first round of the 2017 playoffs. So, yeah. Dallas, honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that they are where they are because of how well they played last year. So, yeah, Winnipeg, as long as they're close to a wild card spot, I'm okay where they are. But I think I predicted them to have one of the spots in the Central, if I remember correctly. Like they had last year, like they had 2 years ago. So, yeah, stuff. I mean, we're only a week and a half, or we're only a month and a half into the season. So, all this analytics and stats and standings, positions, whatever, these are all going to change. Or Eastern probably won't, but I mean, so yeah. Islanders, they were just on a 10-game winning streak. It literally stranded it started, I should say, all the way back in October. I want to say it was like I want to say their winning streak, because I looked this up last night before I woke up this morning to do this video. I think their winning streak started on like the 15th, I want to assume. But Islanders have played absolutely amazing. They did last season. They're doing it again this year. So, yeah. Good things are going on in the island right now. That's pretty much all I need to talk about because you know, I have to do play-by-play for the Muskies tonight and tomorrow afternoon. So, yeah, I'll see you in a couple hours for the Muskie game. Bye.